Harris County inmate with almost $30K in commissary account accused of selling drugs in jail. Folks, the story's coming to us out of Texas. And for those of you who don't know, Texas don't play. Texas has a three-strike law, just like a few other states do. In fact, a long time ago here on After Prison Show, when I was doing random stranger prisoner visits, I got an opportunity to have a random stranger visit with a guy who was under the three-strike law in Texas, third time being caught with drugs, and was facing life in prison. Can't even imagine. I share that with you because Texas don't play at all. And here we go with a story coming out of Texas involving an inmate in Harris County with $30,000 in their inmate account being accused of selling drugs. Certainly hope this isn't going to be a third strike for them. How do you have $30,000 in a commissary account anyways? Maybe this guy didn't have support on the streets. But that can't be true, because if you're accused of selling drugs and you've got $30,000 in your commissary account, you most certainly have the means to an end to make shit happen out there in the streets. When I read this headline, I thought to myself, was it a prisoner that snitched on this dude? And there's a good possibility that that was part of this. If that's how this dude ended up getting caught, I'm going to be really surprised. Because it was probably the jail just seeing, hey, wait a minute. Why the hell does this guy got $30,000 in an inmate trust account for commissary? I don't know anybody that would keep that kind of money there. They're not a bank, after all. You run the risk of them just taking that money from you. And also, the biggest issue here, it's going to raise major red flags within the jail as to why you have that type of money in your account, especially if you didn't have that kind of money to start with. An already incarcerated man and two of his family members are accused of selling drugs inside the Harris County jail and laundering money. Dude was laundering money through an inmate commissary account. Man, you are so cooked for this. During a news conference on Tuesday, the district attorney said newly filed charges of engaging in organized criminal activities against 35-year-old Joshua Sinclair Owens, his stepsister Lativia Armis Bailey, 31, and Owens' cousin, 42-year-old Nathaniel Campbell. Owens is currently making thousands upon thousands of dollars in the Harris County jail, smuggling, distributing, and selling drugs within the jail. Owens has been incarcerated since 2022 for a number of violent charges, including murder. Charging documents show jailers found papers soaked in synthetic marijuana in Owens' cell during a search in March 2024. Investigators began listening to recorded calls from Owens' jail cell and learned about Bailey and Campbell's involvement. This is crazy AF. This guy Owens was already locked up for a murder charge. He ain't have shit to lose. But there you go, involving your family, getting them tied up in this bullshit. And I just don't know where the most stupidness of this story lies. Having the $30,000 in the inmate commissary account, getting caught back in March of this year with the paper soaked in the synthetic marijuana, or talking recklessly over recorded jail phone calls. Every single time you pick up, every single time you pick up that phone right there. Ain't no sense to just point at it. Every single time you pick up this phone right here, you know, because they tell you in the recorded message. Hello, you have a call from the Harris County Jail. This is a recorded call. Man, you know they tell you every single time. So again, I don't know what's the most stupid of this story. You know, why not get that money up out of that account? If you trust your family enough to be helping you from the outside, But you don't trust them with the money, though? And now they're hemmed up in all of this. You know, they're going to get cooked as well. Smith said they learned that Owens sold the drug-soaked papers to another inmate who paid him through a Cash App account. Bailey and Campbell managed the Cash App account and transferred the money into his commissary account. Why not go get a checking account? When he first entered the jail as an inmate with $200 in his commissary, and from oh my God. And from October 2023 until June 2024, he was able to make revenue of over $28,000. Man, you might go federal for this. They said that they have not yet determined how the drugs were getting into the jail to Owens. We feel confident that this investigation is far from being complete. It is far from being done. We hope to have more charges in the future. Oh, and they probably will. In November of 2023, and in response to jail deaths linked to illicit drug use, the sheriff announced enhanced protocols to keep drugs out, including not allowing attorneys to bring outside legal paperwork in during client visits and transitioning mail to a digital system. You know, for a long time, way back in the day, in my time, from 2015 and prior, but I need to say that even more toward 2015, they were already implementing and starting to begin these changes, going to all digital and really scrutinizing your legal mail, your religious material. But prior to that, hey, that was one way that you certainly were able to get the contraband in. Could you imagine if it's your lawyer smuggling in the pack for you? They say that they don't know how the drugs were coming in. They've made these changes in 2023. Look, it's as easy as this. Let me solve this mystery for you. They had a guard. They had a staff member. Somebody was coming in, bringing this shit in. Simply put. And though they're saying that they don't know right this second, I'm quite certain that they know. And, you know, or they got an idea. Maybe they don't know which one. Maybe they got an idea, but they need a little bit more evidence. It had to be a staff member, nurse, preacher, lawyer, guard, somebody like that. Somebody who was able to come and go from that jail. Based on the timeline, Owens' alleged actions continued after the changes. Through email, the sheriff's office, which led the investigation into this alleged operation, said that they had been monitoring commissary accounts closely and have minimized, in some cases, eliminated the ability for inmates to profit from criminal activity while incarcerated. I wonder how they're going about doing that. Could they just seize this money, which you better bet they most certainly have. Can you imagine how mad this guy Owens, who came into jail with a mere $200 on his books, ran it up to 30 racks, is right now? Can you imagine how mad this guy is right now, knowing that this jail done seized that money? I wonder what they do with that seized money. Is that a bonus for the staff? Hey, good bust, you know? Do they put it back into the community? Is it something that's used for resources in the jail? Like, what do the authorities do with seized money? Do they burn it? You can't do that. That's a crime. I'd be interested to know if anybody has any information on that. Please comment down below. Where does seized money end up? Obviously and probably in somebody's pocket. A spokesman said they have processes in place to mitigate contraband from entering the jail, which has helped to reduce the problem, but they are constantly assessing their protocols and procedures for enhanced security. In November 2023, 77-year-old attorney Ronald Lewis was charged with 2 counts of having prohibited substance in a correctional facility. He was arrested during a visit to the jail and found to be in possession of 11 sheets of paper believed to be soaked in drugs. Holy shit, it's going down in Harris County Jail in Texas. A 77-year-old lawyer got arrested bringing in the pack. Did he know what he had? There's a possibility that he didn't. Hey, I've got a couple of pages of the legal material that you need to get into to your client here. Could you go ahead and do that? Or maybe he was paid to do so. The same month, detention officer, 24-year-old, it's the young ones. I'm trying to tell you, them rookie guards, them young guards, just like being a young prisoner, are vulnerable to opportunity. 24-year-old Robert Robertson, parents could have done a Robert Robertson, a little better on the name there, was arrested as he reported for duty at the jail. Investigators uncovered evidence the month prior that he was potentially selling drugs to people in the jail. They said that those two cases are unrelated to the Owens case. Owens, Bailey, and Campbell all face up to life in prison for engaging in organized criminal activity charges. I tried to tell you at the beginning of this, Texas is the wrong place to be doing any type of playing with. They do not play at all. These folks about to get their boots smoked. Just wanted to share this story with you guys. Really interested to know what you think about all of this. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment on this, letting me know exactly what you thought about this story. And as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace!